Hello and welcome to Three Knocks at Midnight podcast. My name is Gabe.
And I am Gato. And thank you for joining us today. My voice is not as soothing.
It sounds good.
Well, now it does. Now that I can be close to my microphone, I think this is when it sounds good. Well, what did you call it the other day? Proximity.
The proximity effect.
Yeah.
It's when you get really close.
And it just sounds really
uncomfortably close. Yeah.
It's a good thing people can't see how close I really am to the mic. So today we're going to be talking about horror and entertainment, like in movies, right? I mean, it's kind of what we've been talking about. But before we go into that, I just wanted to ask you something.
Me? Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember the Cottonwood paper mill?
That rings a bell, but I don't remember why.
So it's apparently that there's a haunted mill in Cottonwood, and it was like it was very popular. Do you know this, or have you not heard about it?
No, I've never heard of it. Explain.
Well, I was actually wondering if you knew this story because I feel like you know more about like locations here than I do. I don't know. When I was in high school and college, uh, you tend to go to like haunted places with your friends at nighttime and stuff like that. And one of the places, aside from graveyards or like the Hobbiton, as they call it, that we talked about in the first episode, there was the Cottonwood Mill that was haunted. And I don't remember the story why, but I know that we went there and we were walking to it and we got to the gate and we were trying to find a way to get in, but then we started hearing noises coming from the abandoned mill, and so we're like, maybe let's not go in anymore, and so we just left. And anyway, today was one of those days where I randomly logged into Facebook because I don't normally do that, and on my like second or third scroll, there's a picture of the Cottonwood of the mill, and it was like one of the most haunted places in Utah. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've been there. And so I was curious if you had heard about it, but it seems like you haven't.
Cottonwood paper mill. No. Oh,
did you
yes, I know this building. I drive by it. Like when we take drives up, and you just Oh wow, okay.
Like when you go up the mountain, like up to Big Cottonwood,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that building was.
Yeah, so apparently it's a haunted place.
Wow.
I literally just found this as like when I was waiting for you. So I haven't really read a lot on it. There's this article here where it talks about like how there was like a fire and like some people died, I think. And then they tried to use it. Let's see, in 1969 they tried to use it as an entertainment place. It was supposed to be like a dance and a concert hall.
Okay. You mean like straight out of what show? The fall of the fall of the House of Usher, where they have the rage party.
Oh yeah. I wonder if there is some inspiration from that.
Maybe.
Yeah, anyway, it's really funny because like it says here, this is just a little excerpt, but it says, at the time, it was illegal to dance on Sundays in Utah. One night, a group of police cars showed up with an empty bus and tried to raid the old mill. There was a single incident in the parking lot, but no known arrests. So apparently people were like going there on Sundays and dancing. Like it was kind of like literally like a Footloose kind of thing.
Okay.
Anyway, 1966, it was like declared a historic site. And then let's see, through the 70s and 80s, it replaced just a place of entertainment and eventually became a popular disco dance hall on the weekends. Okay, blah blah blah. Many residents still remember the old mill being a haunted house in the 80s. So I guess there's just like some story that generated from it. People like were claiming that there was like barking noises. They would hear screams, that like they would see lights go on and off even when it was like abandoned. But here's the interesting thing though.
Okay.
It says
I'm
here,
ready.
in addition to music and events, the Old Mill has made many appearances in movies, including Salt Lake City Punk, Team Alien, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Hereditary.
What?
And March of Dimes. So I was looking at that. I was like, Hereditary. I'm like, I know Hereditary was like filmed in Utah, but I don't remember seeing the mill. So I started looking for it, I guess, just trying to see like locations for Hereditary. And there's only 3 that I know, like the Sandy Cemetery, that road in Park City, and there's a road over by West High School. But that's it. And so then I was also curious if you remember Hereditary and if you remember seeing the mill in the movie.
I don't. I really don't remember seeing. Like, it's a very distinct look. It's like a castle almost. Like, I drive by it and I'm like, wow, that'd be such a sweet place to take photos. But apparently it's out of bounds. Let's just say that.
Or you could try and capture some ghosts in your pictures.
Ooh, yes, that's true.
Double exposure going on.
Interesting, because they say Hereditary was filmed. One of the scenes was at the cemetery, the Larkin Sunset Garden Cemetery.
In Sandy.
Hey, wait a second.
I've been to that cemetery.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. Yeah. But I don't remember. I don't even remember. I don't remember a scene there.
You don't remember the scene in the cemetery?
No.
It's this shot. It's in the trailer even, but it's kind of like the camera races. It's not a tilt, but it's a lift, I guess is what you would call that camera movement, where it just kind of goes up. And you see the dirt, and then it goes into the grass, and then you see the people, and then you see the mountains in the back. Like those mountains are, I recognize those mountains anywhere. But yeah, I immediately recognized it when I first watched the movie.
Those are distinct mountains. But I don't remember a castle or a castle-looking scene there.
I don't either, and I'm wondering if it was like a nighttime scene or something, because like as soon as I saw this picture like on Facebook, I like immediately recognized it. So I feel like if I had seen that in a movie, I would have recognized it, but
nah, maybe that's a identification.
I believe that.
I didn't even know that's a Utah film.
What, Hereditary?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's you can see the Utah license plates.
Yeah.
There was a scene when the mom goes into the store, like to get like arts and craft supplies, I think, for her dioramas.
The diorama. Yeah.
Yeah, is that the name? Is that diorama? Sounds like such a weird word. But yeah, she goes to the store, talks to someone, and then when she's walking out and goes to her car, you can see the license plate, and it's like the arches.
Well, interesting. I mean, does the film take place in Utah?
I don't know that
I
it
don't.
says that it does,
Yeah.
but it also
Don't
doesn't hide
remember.
it because again, you see license plate. Like I'm pretty sure they would have paid attention to that if they didn't want it to sound or look like Utah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at screenshots versus the film location.
Oh, you have screenshots?
I can send you the link. Or you know what? Let me share my screen. The thing is that I mean I'm going through this list and I'm not seeing that castle yet. Okay, so the first one being like the therapy. And you got these.
Yeah.
If we keep going down, I guess the place where her head fell off.
Did it fall off?
It's a there's a cemetery.
Yeah, there's a cemetery.
Apartments.
Those are in Salt Lake, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many movies that are filmed here. We did like for like a weekend we did like this scavenger hunt of all the Dumb and Dumber filming locations.
Oh, up in Park City?
Majority of them are in like downtown and then Park
Oh,
City.
really?
Yeah. But I didn't know this many other movies. Dang. That's crazy. That's a great movie, by the way. If you love horror movies, that's like my top, one of my top horror movies, Hereditary.
It's definitely like top. Like I would say it's top one for the movie that got me scarred the most.
Yep, yep, yep.
Like it left me so uneasy that I don't really have a desire to watch it again. But it's still a
Really?
good movie.
Oh man. I mean, if I see, I wouldn't watch it again because I've already seen it. I'm a type that doesn't want to rewatch movies. I'm all about new experiences.
But see, like there are movies like um The Conjuring. Like
Yeah.
the Conjuring movie, I think I've seen that like 8 times, maybe 10 overall. Because it's a good Halloween movie. It's a good horror movie that it actually scares you without relying too much on jump scares or like blood and gore.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I own the movie and I definitely have seen it multiple times. And that's my favorite scary movie because I feel like it never really loses its like quality. I think
Yeah.
that's the best word I can use for it. Um yeah. When did you watch Hereditary last time?
Oh man, I think it was probably a couple years ago. I don't remember.
Did you sleep the night that you watched it?
Yeah, I slept. I mean, I was pretty
I couldn't.
disturbed. You couldn't sleep?
I could not sleep.
Oh,
Well,
snap.
okay, but think about it. I mean, I was living on my own. This is like not even a year
Oh,
after I moved out.
yeah.
It's the first time I had a decently sized bedroom, and at the time, the only things in my bedroom were my bed, my TV, and my computer desk. It was pretty empty, and the way the moonlight would come in through my window reminded me a lot of the way it looked at the end where the kid wakes up and the mom's like,
Yeah, this the swimming part was probably the most freaky part. Even though there's no sound, right? You can't hear
I
anything.
think
It's
that's what
complete
makes it
silence.
scary.
And that's what makes it so scary.
Yeah, instead of like quiet. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was traumatizing. I kept looking at the corners of my room. I'm like, is there somebody just like chilling in, in my room? So
Like part of it is, yeah. anything. I think I've said this so many times. Anything floating without a head creeps me out. Always creeps me out. Just like that scene where she's flying into the treehouse. Oh my gosh, that is just. I don't know why. It's just so scary.
It is. It is very, very freaky. But aside from that, because I feel like that's one of the last like good scary movies that came out in the last like 5
Yeah.
years. Um, have you seen any new movies?
I tried to do because there was a follow up to that movie, which was Midsummer, like the makers of Hereditary, right?
Right. I think it was like the
And
same director.
Yeah, and I tried, like it was good, just not Hereditary good. If that makes sense. Like it was creepy. There was a lot of creepy elements, but just not.
Yeah, but it was more of like a cringy type of um like horror. Like it was just kind of like I just kind of like really braced myself a little bit. It's kind of like, oh, like that sucks to see kind of
I know,
thing.
right? Yeah.
But it didn't scare me in the sense like with Hereditary and movies like The Conjuring or Paranormal Activity. I feel like those movies, like when you get like you're fine, right? But when you get home, there's always a part of me that feels like, oh, what if, right?
Yeah.
And Midsummer didn't. Midsummer was just like hard to watch. And then as soon as the movie was over, I'm like, man, that sucks for them, kind of thing. But I was fine. So it was an okay movie.
Yeah.
So what are some movies that you're looking forward to this year?
This might be a biased one, but I'm looking forward to Silent Hill.
Oh, that's right.
Because
Silent Hill's coming out.
Yeah. In fall. Supposedly.
This fall?
Yeah. Supposedly. But the thing is that it's done by the same guy. And he did the other Silent Hill movies, which, they're okay.
How many movies have come out? Because I
I think
know
there was 3.
So I see Silent Hill from 2006.
Yeah.
And then there's Silent Hill Revelation.
Oh, so it's only 2 actually. Okay, 2.
That's from 2012.
Yep. So this new one that's coming out is a reboot.
Oh, starting over.
Yeah. But I don't know why they call it Return to Silent Hill. I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Because they probably can't. They can't call it.
And it's the same guy. The same guy did the movies. But I guess they don't want to confuse it. I mean, we have Modern Warfare. They didn't even bother changing the name. Modern Warfare? Yeah. You know the new Modern Warfare?
There's a movie called Modern Warfare?
Nah, not the movie, the game.
Oh,
I think we're at a point where we don't even care if the name is the same name as something from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But anyway,
no, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Have you seen the other Silent Hill movies?
Yes. So I've seen. I feel like I started watching the first one, but I couldn't get into it. So I stopped. And the second movie, I had it as a background movie for, I don't know what I was doing. Because that's what I do sometimes is I'll just have like a background movie as I like work on, just work stuff or cleaning or whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember I got invested towards the end and I wanted to watch what was happening, but I don't remember a lot of the beginning. To me, it was just kind of like, it was just there.
The thing is that I don't remember if I watched the second one. Like I remember the first one, but I don't remember. I don't remember watching the second one, so I don't think I did. And I think I maybe like watched some clips of it, and maybe that's why I'm confused. But I think it's because I heard it was bad. The second one was bad.
I don't know if this will trigger your memory, but there's carousel.
The carousel scene, yeah.
Is that the first or that's the second one, right?
I think that's the second one, yeah. Because I think the second one they were trying to follow the Silent Hill 3 game, which is the one I've played. And that one I played the heck out of that game. But then I did play Silent Hill 2, but we rented it. So it was I never bought it.
So
yeah.
Can you tell me what Silent Hill is actually about? Because to this day, I don't think I even know. Like even from playing the game, I was so confused.
Yeah. I really don't remember either. But it was just, it's pretty much a haunted town. That's pretty much it. Haunted town. That's all you can
So
say.
like, what was like somebody's looking for their son or daughter or something, and they go
Someone
into the
got
town, right?
called. Yeah, someone got called back to Silent Hill, and then that's why he's trying to. At least
Called back.
that's the premise of the second one, the second game. But then the first
Oh, okay.
movie took the Silent Hill 2 game, and they messed up the chronology of it. So yeah, so I think this reboot should be good. I don't know. I'm excited for it though. But I don't know if that's, like I was saying, I'm probably biased because it's connected to the game. Not necessarily a good horror film. So maybe it's more of like a fan service kind of thing that I'm looking forward to. Um, Other than that, I don't really know any other horror movies coming out.
I feel like this year doesn't really have a lot coming out. Well, didn't one movie just come out this like recently though?
Here's the thing, though.
Something is
Huh.
something is coming. I just don't know what it is.
The thing is that it's so hard to, at least for horror films, because a lot of them are going to streaming services. You know, like I feel like horror movies aren't as prominent in theaters, so they go straight to streaming services, and I mean, it's okay. Um, like there's a list here that I think I've already seen on streaming services like Immaculate or um, let's see, Tarot, Skeletons and Claws, Winnie the Pooh #2.
Oh, the second one's
Yeah.
coming out.
So
Um, no. The one I was thinking about was A Quiet Place. Day one.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that one's coming out this summer. Which I'm looking forward to because I've enjoyed the last two.
Yeah.
Like the first one was really good. Um, second one definitely added some things, and I'm like, okay, now it's like leaning more into like a spectacle type of movie rather than like as grounded as the first one was,
Yeah. Yeah.
in my opinion. So I hope. I don't know. I don't know what I want though, because I think there's a certain aspect of like fan service, but also like giving us like the jump scares and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I like that kind of stuff, right? Like that's where we go. We go to get scared.
Yeah.
But there's also like there's a point where it becomes a little too much, and then it kind of loses the scariness of it, and it turns into like a now it's just for fun. And
Yeah. No.
I don't know. I think I've seen too many of those lately, and I want to dial it back to a grounded movie, kind of like how Paranormal Activity or The Conjuring made me feel.
Yeah. Yep.
Like it was different. Like it really like scared me. So I think I'd like to see that again.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to know. Here's the thing. I don't want to watch horror movies if they're going to be bad, because now, time is very valuable. So, viewers, if you have any suggestions, that would be great to know. You can write it in the comments section. Because some of the movies that I enjoyed were Knock the Cabin. I don't know if that was a horror film, but
Knock at the Cabin.
um yeah, that was a pretty good. And it's more like suspense. The
Yeah.
Visitor was pretty good. Um Hereditary though, that'd probably be the basis, the precedent of what I think a good horror film is. So if any suggestions, let me know. Because there was one that was called, I don't know if you remember Smile. Do you remember Smile?
Oh, I have heard of Smile, and I've heard that it's really good. Was it good, or did you hate it?
Right? I never saw it, but like that was gonna be something I wanted to watch, but because of I don't know, I saw some scores on it, and I was like, okay, maybe it's not that good. And I was like, I don't want to waste my time if it's not that good.
Should
But
I
it got
should
like
I
a
watch it?
79. Yeah.
So actually, here's some movies that I saw last year. I'm gonna tell you some that I liked and some that I didn't. Okay, I'm just gonna go quick. So Five Nights at Freddy's. Uh, I enjoyed the movie. It's not scary though, in my opinion. Um, let's see. Scream 6. Uh, Scream is that type of movie that I go for just the fun of it. Like I don't expect it to scare me.
Mm,
And I
right.
really liked it. I thought the twist that it had actually did catch me off guard. So that was good. I watched The Nun 2 and that one sucked. It was
See, Rick,
probably
I don't wanna waste my time.
yeah, it was probably worse than the first one, and the first one was pretty bad. Talk to Me by A24. Talk to Me was good. You saw that one, right?
Talk to. Oh, okay. No,
With
no, no. I have not. I have
with
not.
the hand.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, now that's a
No,
movie you
no.
have to watch. Talk to Me was good.
Oh, another one was Get Out is a good one. Uh, Nope was a pretty good one. Did
Oh,
you ever see that
all
one?
of the
Jordan Peele
Jordan
films.
Peele film. So I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, I haven't seen any
What?
of them. I
They're
need
pretty
to.
good.
I need to watch them. Um, let's see. I watched The Haunted Mansion, the new one. Uh, it has a really low score, but I actually really like that movie, and I think it had some scary scenes that I wasn't expecting. So I thought it was pretty good.
A Haunted Mansion,
No, like Haunted
like the
Mansion, like
Disney film.
yeah, like Disney's
Oh, the
Haunted
Disney.
Mansion. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What's the other one I watched? The Pope's Exorcist. It was okay. I think a lot of people didn't understand what was happening, but I thought that movie was pretty decent. It was a little different. Didn't take itself too seriously. I enjoyed it. And then I think that's it. Oh, Totally Killer. Totally Killer. That was a fun movie. Like it's not meant to be scary. It's supposed to be like a sort of slasher.
okay.
Kind of like camping at the lake or whatever. It has that
Mm-hmm.
vibe. Um but it's like not serious at all. Like it's really funny. So I enjoy that.
See, am I like if I was in the mood for something action packed, then I would watch something like that. But I have yet to recapture the whole hereditary sensation. Like even it was like the last what 15 minutes of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of the movie was great. A little slow, but it was great because the build up to the end was like amazing.
Yes, it
Like
was.
I've yet to recapture that sensation in another movie. And I think that's what's missing in horror right now.
Well, I don't think we're gonna get one like that this year. I feel like movies are taking a different direction this time around, but hopefully we'll get something good. That's not like too silly.
I know, right?
Because like even movies like Evil Dead, like Evil Dead, I mean, I've heard that it's a really, really, really good movie, but it's not a movie that I would say it's a scary movie. Like it still
Right,
has some
right.
humor to it, like intentional humor that's like exaggerated or something, you know. Um, so I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye
I
open.
don't
But
know.
what would our viewers and listeners like to see in scary movies? Like, what are your favorite things about them, and what are some things that are you like so tired of? Like, I'd
Yeah.
like to know that.
I mean, I hope the direction they go in is more that hereditary type horror. And they were getting some of that, like the psychological horror. Because I think we're past as an audience. We're past the whole um typical monster zombie type of horror, you know. Uh, and we're more into psychological, where you don't like see the bad guy type stuff,
Mm-hmm.
obscurity type stuff, where you don't see like because I think what happened was that since movies back in the day were like kind of lower quality, you don't get to see the monsters as easily, right?
Yeah.
So you have that blurry found footage kind of filter because it's an old movie. And nowadays you have movies that are like, you know, high def. And it's harder to obscure
It's like it.
the monster or whatever.
Yeah, but it feels like people just want to like show what like their product. They're so desperate to be like, look at how scary this looks,
Ah, yeah,
that
yeah,
they
yeah,
show it to you like at the beginning of the movie. Like
yeah,
they don't have that mystery anymore. And I think
yeah,
that's what horror movies are missing these days. Like they don't keep the mystery as long as they should. Like a
yeah,
reveal used to happen like late in the movie, like at the end.
yeah. Like for example, Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
The fact that they show Vecna, I'm more amazed at the makeup opposed to, oh my gosh, what is that monster? You know, what
Yeah.
is that thing? And I think that's the problem. Like even Stranger Things 1 was a, you know, a decent horror because
Mm-hmm.
of the mystery aspect, but now it's more into the spectacle and um other, you know, delving away from horror. And I think season 5 they said they're going to go back to those roots, but
I guess we'll find out maybe.
yeah. Well, let us know, y'all's everybody. Where do you think horror is headed? You think it's going to go back to the monster films? Is it going to go back to the whole jump scares? I think jump scares are fine. Or do you think it's going to go to the psychological type of horror? Let us know in the comments.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our conversation on scary movies, what we think scary movies should be, and what movies we've enjoyed lately. I want to know also what movies should we watch and talk about. Comment section below.
Let us know. Yep.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.